I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You must listen. What I'm about to tell you will change the course of history.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's all hidden in plain sight. And although many people are entertained by what is being put out, we have to understand that they are banking on us going along with whatever it is that they're putting out. And even with the imagery, with
what are you going to be for Halloween?
Tyler Critter. ChromaKopia. Yes, Tyler Critter. ChromaKopia.
Okay, there's a lot of esoteric meaning behind the things that they're doing, and they're bringing the cult, the occult, they bring it all of that to the forefront. All right, and so with the launching of these type of things pertaining to children, even utilizing particular children that are key players in furthering these agendas, making it palatable to the youth, making them want to be interested in these things, because when you're a child, you know, you're not in this.
So I'm actually so happy that they're talking about these shipping containers filled with people and the human trafficking that's going on with these containers. Let's not forget that Dexter, if you know Dexter's episode, this episode is the Evergreen container was opened up and the cop was taking kids out and basically said that he found kids inside of the containers. Dexter has literally been telling us the Evergreen containers. Everything down the middle, the grave diggers, the trash men, the post office, the teachers in the schools, the lawyers, the doctors, things. This does not just touch the elite. There are so many people in between.
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
The what?
All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Make sure.
Really thinking about the lyrics or the hidden meanings and the symbolism that's incorporated. Most children are just riding off the wave of the beats. You know, it sounds fun, and especially when there's a lot of key figures that are putting this stuff out here, which is why we have to be very mindful. You know, the enemy is very crafty, and they are making the things that are being highlighted in the media, and I got to be very careful with my words. All praises to the Most High, Yeshua, Jesus Christ. I'm protected, but this message needs to go out to those of you that you may be a parent, or even just for yourself. We have to be mindful of what it is that our children are being lured into, because the imagery, it is luring the children into accepting things that could actually put them in harm's way. I'll put it that way. Yeah, there's even particular toys that they're putting out here, like to have these freight containers, shipping containers, be called into question because of a lot of things that's in the media in regard to them. All right, you know, hearing the sound of children cry from them. You know, people are having boycotts and strikes because they're saying, you know, to open up these so-called containers. You know, with even these containers being depicted of being near certain places that are in the media, and they're really trying to highlight advocacy, you know, for these things, and for them to now make it as if it's something that we should not even pay much attention to. You know, having particular toys surrounding these things, these are not coincidences, especially in regard to, even as I mentioned about the other film that was recently out called Wicked. And then they have these toys that are also aligned with this and linking to certain adult content. Like a lot of these things that they're doing, it is not at all coincidental. These things are intentional, and they're wanting to highlight truly that they're going to continue going down with their lie. They're never going to come to a place where they turn from their wicked ways. They're going to go all the way out to the max, to the point where they have people singing and dancing to their own demise. Alright, so I had to redo this video because earlier when I did this video, it was rejected, I think. But I premiered it on TikTok because I was using just straight up, you know, terms that may have really peaked with the algorithm. So I had to be very careful. Those of you that have ear to ear and a heart to feel, eyes to really see, you follow where I'm coming from. But this launch of this particular project is blatantly obvious. Now, don't get me wrong, all these artists in some aspects, they're talented, of course. This is why they're utilized as pawns within this massive game. However, with this particular project, it is not only blatant and in your face, especially in regard to the freight containers, the freight shipping containers, but with even the symbolism that's put in there, okay, with the mask, wearing the mask, taking off the mask, hand symbolism representing the pyramid. You know, a lot of these occult things are coming to the light. Like, they're no longer trying to be subtle. It's just really in your face, very overt. So we have to be very mindful and understand this is prophecy that's coming to play. A lot of these things that the Most High has warned us would come to play. This is a part of the spiritual warfare that many of us are beginning to see. But we gain the victory when we are aware and we can avoid the pitfalls that the enemy is trying to set for us and for children. Something else I noticed in regard to the whole buzz around this particular album that's being put out here, and that is the chanting. Of course, this particular artist is a musical genius. All right, he is very much tactful within the way he creates his music, and this is why this has been something utilized as a trap per se. And it's not to be a buzzkill, but we have to understand, if certain things are being highlighted in the media in regarding to the safety of the youth, I'll put it that way, and now they're utilizing that in which way to make people feel comfortable, even with the imagery with the commercial for this big chain fast food restaurant. They're marching while chanting and going inside this freight shipping container. I have to be very careful, but this is a part of a psychological operation, just trying to numb people to what has been highlighted as a problem and make it not only trendy, but to the point where people are marching, chanting, dancing, and singing to their own demise and detriment. There's also, when it comes to the imagery with, I think, one of the songs that was put out, the big rig was, loaded up all these people onto the freight, and they went down this road that had a sign that says dead end, and then it exploded. So they're committed to their deviancy to the point where they're letting you know that they're willing to go down with their lie. They're not repentant or anything. In fact, this is a part of what it is that they want to do, and they want to bring more into the fold. They want to bring more people along with signing on to degeneracy at whatever cost for the sake of whatever agendas they have to have access to the CHROME. Yeah, we got to spell things out. We have to be very careful, because when I was just speaking out the terms that I was really meaning, the video immediately was flagged after only being up a few minutes. So this message is definitely here to be watchful. If your spirit is picking up on something's not right, more than likely it is not. It is not at all. But empires are falling. It happens, and we're experiencing a major fall of Babylon, to the point where this is why they're having to be, they're trying to be covert, but those that have eyes to really see the truth and ears to really hear, you can tell that for them to target the youth is a desperate measure, truly desperate. Be watchful in this hour. Continue to remain prayed up and protected. It's all hidden in plain sight.